Hello everyone! Welcome to the Ryan Retro live stream. I think that I'm live now. Please somebody tell me if I am or not. It's been a very long time since I actually went live, so please let me know if I am in fact live. Let's get the Ryan Retro screen on. Lovely. Hello! Can you hear me? Hello. So, yes, you are live. Thank you. Okay, then let's get into it. So, here, of course, is my beautiful Retroid Pocket 5. But underneath here, we have the new device, the Retroid Pocket G2. Let me just quickly do something on my computer. I need to make sure I can actually see what I'm doing. There we go. Okay. Now I think I can see myself. There we go. So we have the Retroid Pocket 5 looking absolutely beautiful. And here we have the Retroid Pocket G2. I received this today and I just cut open the little sticker here just before going live because I don't want to have a little knife with me. So I cut open the sticker, but I have not looked inside yet. So let's have a look together. Just turn on my camera's autofocus. My table might be wobbling a little bit. Sorry about that. This is quite a impromptu live stream. But let's open this up and have a look. Are you guys ready? Are you ready to see the yellow Retroid Pocket G2, which, by the way, I've not seen a single yellow Retroid Pocket G2 on YouTube. I've been looking all over YouTube and I have not seen a single yellow one. This might be the first one. So let's have a look. We have the quality assurance, whatever. And here it is. Oh, it looks indeed very yellow. The yellow Retroid Pocket G2. Is the stream in 480p? It might be. I'm not really a streaming expert. So let's just have a look at it and then I'll answer your questions. Let's get it out of the wrapper. Oh, that is very nice. Oh, wait, I have my girlfriend here for the girlfriend test. What do you think of this? What do you think of the color?
So cute.
Cute?
Yeah.
Okay, give me a word in Korean.
귀여워.
Guyo. Okay, that's cute. Oh, it's a very nice color. So, oh, big fan. Thank you. You even have Ryan in your name yourself. 1080p for me. Okay, fantastic. That is a lovely color. I'm not sure if it's really showing the correct color on the screen, but I'll show you the Conker Pocket Fit as a comparison because the Conker Pocket Fit is kind of orange. So by comparison, here is the Conker. If we turn them over, might be better to see. The Conker is quite orange, like a cheese. This is a lovely yellow. I wish I had a Switch Lite to compare it to, because I think it is basically the same color. This is honestly nicer than I expected. It's a very, very nice yellow color. So let's boot it up. See if it's the same as the Retroid Pocket 5. I believe it's absolutely identical, isn't it? We've already seen some other YouTubers cover these. I've been trying to avoid the videos, but I'm pretty sure this is an identical one-to-one copy of the Retroid Pocket 5, but it has better internals. With black buttons, it would look better. Yeah, I think it would look nice with black buttons as well. I agree, but I do like the white though. I think it's got a nice soft look that I really like. So yeah, I believe it's exactly the same. The difference is it has a more powerful chip. This is essentially the Retroid Pocket 5 Pro. So let's open it up. Sorry, let's not open it up. I'm not going to open it up. Let's turn it on is what I meant to say. And yeah, let's just quickly go through the setup. And I'm going to do a little secret console comparison for you guys. Oh, am I the reason you got the Retroid Pocket 5? That's great to hear. Here we go. Welcome to the Retro... Oh, that is a bright screen. Let me turn that down. Oh, okay. Sorry. I think let's turn my camera brightness way down. That is a bright screen. Welcome to the Retroid Pocket G2. I'll just go through this setup process and then I'll put it back on the screen. Let me just set this up, get the brightness back up. What a bright device. Swap the thumbs. So I'm just gonna set this up off camera because I have to put some of my information in. So I'll answer your questions while I'm setting this up. So if you have any questions for me about this device or any other, please let me know now. Speak now or forever hold your peace. My eyes, yeah, it's too bright. So it's nice to see you all here. I do want to do live streaming more often. So I'm going to just quickly, I'm signing into the Wi-Fi network now, and I'll do the initial setup. This is a lovely color, I really do want to say. I'm pretty sure I might be the first person on YouTube with this color. I certainly haven't seen anyone with this color, and it is lovely. So I really want to show you this, but the screen is going to make you blind. So I need to set my location to South Korea and set my time zone. I'm going to enable Google Play services. I'm going to just pre-install everything. Actually, let me be a bit more selective. Let me show you guys this. It's sorry for blinding you. I don't seem to be able to turn the brightness down yet until I get through the setup. Congratulations on 30K. Thank you so much. I can't believe I have 30,000 subscribers after just 1 year. Do you know if it has Widevine support? I will check that because that's something that usually lets me down with these handhelds. For anyone who doesn't know, Widevine support is needed to play Let's just get everything. Widevine support is needed to play Netflix in high quality, and a lot of these devices don't support it, and they only play Netflix in like 480p. My eyes again, sorry. Can you bring grip? Yes, so all of the accessories for the Retroid Pocket 5 should work with this, and that's something I will check. Let's absolutely not pick the Retroid launcher because the Retroid launcher is awful. And here we go, we're into the main screen. I should now be able to turn the brightness down, get the camera working properly. Yeah, that looks okay. Right, so now we're able to see this properly, right? So here's our first look at the device. I got 120 followers after 2 months. Hey, that's not bad. I mean, that's better than my previous YouTube channel did. I bought a Retroid Pocket 5 grip for my G2. It works great. Yes, I will be trying that. I'll probably save that for tomorrow's first impressions video, where I'll get all of my Retroid Pocket 5 accessories and try all of them on this. Hello live, yes. So has EmuReady rolled out their emulator installer yet? I don't think they have. I think they have rolled out their collaboration with Eden, but I don't think they've got an installer yet. Hello everyone. Oh, welcome to the Retro family. Thank you for joining the channel. That's the first time that's happened on a live stream. Thank you so much, Martin. Can you try Vita? I absolutely will try Vita. For now, the first thing is let's put an SD card in this so we can actually play some games. So I'll take my 1 terabyte SD card and put this in. And the first thing I want to try is the secret console. I mean, what else for a Ryan Retro video than secret console, exhale of the crazy. That is the go-to Ryan Retro classic at this point. So I'm going to do a little side-by-side comparison with the Retroid Pocket 5, and let's just see how they both do. So the new ESD update for dual screens, that looks really good. I don't actually have a dual screen device, except my Retroid dual screen I haven't used much yet, so I'm going to have to try that later. The first thing I'm going to do is, if I can, install Eden. So let's, I put everything here ready to go. It's still too bright, isn't it? Let's lower the brightness right down. You probably can't even see this very well. I could zoom into the screen, but let's just install Eden and you'll see what I'm doing in a second. Doesn't want to install. Install, please. Hooray from Korea. Oh, it's nice to see some Korean people in here. Yeah, I think I'm the first person reviewing the yellow. I've certainly been scouring YouTube for somebody with the yellow model, and I haven't found any. I don't seem to be able to install this. Sometimes when you put an SD card into a handheld, it doesn't really work properly. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to actually quickly give this a little restart. That usually fixes any SD card problems. Thank you, Martin. Thank you so much for joining. I'm just going to read the comments quickly. They're scrolling a little bit fast. I can't keep up. W. Martin, absolutely. You need a Thor. I do really want a Thor, but it's a bit expensive for me at the moment. I don't have the money. I'm too poor for a Thor, but I would love to get a Thor. It looks amazing. It's definitely something I'd like to get in the future if I can. I don't seem to be able to install Eden, so I'm going to instead try to just actually download it on here. I'm not going to add any accounts. I'm going to search for Eden emulator. I'll try to download and install it directly from here. I wish it was still on the Play Store. That would be a lot easier, wouldn't it? 74 viewers. Oh, wow. I didn't realize there's so many people here at the moment. Thanks. It's quite an impromptu stream, so thanks for joining. Yellow looks like PP, SSPP Gold. It does kind of look a bit like that. Maybe I should get that for free. Right, so I'm going to download just the standard build of Eden. And let's see if we can open that. It doesn't seem to... Yes, we can. It doesn't seem to open from the Files app for some reason. Oh, hi Trix, how you doing? Do you listen to K-pop? Yes, I love K-pop music. Like, especially K-pop Demon Hunters. Gotta be golden. You didn't expect beautiful singing, did you? And you were right not to. Right, so let's get the prod.keys. Let's get the firmware. I did prepare all of this earlier. Whoa, thanks for the donation. Great stream. Thank you so much. That's so kind of you. Wow, thank you so much. Okay, let's add the games. I got all of this ready. This is an impromptu stream, but I did at least prepare something. Thank you so much for the donation. That's so nice. Let's get the games ready, and I can now do a little comparison. But I did notice that on my Retroid Pocket 5 today, Eden's being really weird. It keeps resetting everything back to the beginning. This has never happened before. It just started today. So let's see if it will play nicely. And let's see if we can play Exhale of the Crazy with... I would like to use a Mr. Purple driver, but it keeps resetting back to the beginning. For the Retroid Pocket 5, T19 is a good driver to go for. Or, of course, the legendary 9v2. And big fan from Tunisia. Wow, awesome. Thank you. Nice to see you. Russian-speaking followers, hello. Thank you as well. Thank you, everyone, for joining. It's nice to see everybody here. Will you be testing Steam? I will be absolutely testing Steam. I have huge videos planned, but not in this stream today. But or you know what? Maybe if you guys want to stay around a little bit, maybe I'll get Game Hub installed. We'll try a Steam game or two. How about that? So let's keep... okay, let's go for 9v2 on the RP5. It's legendary at this point. It's the best thing I think I've ever done, is find that driver. Let's go for that. And on here, let's see what we get recommended. We get recommended just the Gimchi latest driver. Interesting. Okay, so let's go for the latest Gimchi turnip driver. And let's see how this goes. So Gimchi, let's just check it's using it. Yes. Oh, and one thing I need to do is I need to import my save file. So let's just quickly do that. Yeah, see, since the latest Eden update, it keeps reverting the driver back to the system driver. It's very annoying. Okay, so let's get into game on the Retroid Pocket 5. Here I just need to import my saves, which, again, I prepared this onto the SD card. Here we go. This is how Ryan gets the ladies singing K-pop songs. Well, one lady, yeah. This was happening a lot on my RP5. This has never happened to me before. It just started happening today. So let's make sure we're on high performance. We seem to be getting some black glitching there. Let's, okay, I've imported 57 saves. And let's see if we can now play Exhale of the Crazy on the G2. I'm going to need to turn off the controller. Hide controller. I'm going to need to set up my controller. So let's map that. There we go. And we should be ready now. Let's try to get into the same kind of place. What chipset does it have? It has the G2 Gen 2 chipset, which is a kind of Snapdragon 8 Gen 2. It's apparently a little bit weaker than the 8 Gen 2, but it is also newer, so it might be more efficient on the battery, and it allows us to have a newer version of Android. Or at least it comes with a newer version of Android. So let's see what we have here. We have, I'm not sure how well you can see this. I'd like to hold it up closer to the camera, if I can. So we're getting around, oh, it just froze. It doesn't like being close to the camera. It was, oh, it's back. Okay. It's not, not particularly confidence inspiring, is it? But we do seem to be getting around 30 frames per second. It was around, not exactly 30, it was around maybe 25, 27. It's kind of hard to see that FPS counter right now. When nothing's happening, it's at 30, and then when things happen, it drops down to around 28. It does look pretty decent. Let's see if we can find some bad guys, but I think I've taken them out already. What? And my girlfriend's trying to tell me about one of you guys have a question, but what question?
Does it come with a screen?
Oh, okay. Okay, so my girlfriend just picked one of your questions for me. Thank you. Does it come with a screen protector in the box? It does. I've not actually looked at what comes in the box. That's a good idea. I got too excited. So it comes... but it won't, though. It won't. But let's just see what it comes with. It comes with a little user manual, which is just basically the spec sheet. It comes with a... I guess a C to C cable. Yeah, USB... Oh, sorry, a C to A cable. And I think that's everything. That's all it comes with. So you basically get nothing. So stream has crossed 100 views. Oh, thank you for watching, guys. Nice to have you here. Let me see if I can put these side by side on the table. I'll try to focus on them. And let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. I really need to learn how to stream. It's not something I usually do. Let's just pinch in like this for a second. Okay, so, and also sorry if the table's going to be a little bit wobbly. Sorry about that. This is very impromptu. I didn't know I was getting the handheld today. So if we look up here, if you can see, you probably can't see that. It's tiny, isn't it? But we're getting 30 frames per second. But when things load in or when something's kind of happening, it's dropping a little bit. But even right now, it's building shaders. We're still at 30 frames per second, which is something you wouldn't really get on the Retroid Pocket 5. It's a shame that I've pretty much taken out all the bad guys. Let's try and load to a shrine instead, because we do have a lot of shrine issues with this game. So let's load into one of the shrines. And let's try and do that on here as well. I seem to have the wrong save file on the Retroid Pocket 5. That's a shame. Maybe I can just run to a shrine. I'll probably just include this in one of my upcoming videos. Let's just check the shrine first. Let's see if we can use our skills without any issues. I do notice the frame rate slowing down a bit, but it's pretty decent. Again, this is without any tinkering whatsoever. I've just downloaded the latest Kimchi Turnip driver, haven't changed anything else, and we're mostly at 30 frames per second. We can, of course, tinker more. You can check out websites like mine or EmuReady. Let's check if the gyro is working. Yes, it is. The gyro is working well. So yeah, a pretty good experience so far. Definitely better than the Retroid Pocket 5. It's not that easy to get a solid 30 like this. And while, yes, this is not a perfect 30. Definitely something like the Conker Pocket Fit is smoother, as that's getting nearer like 60 or something ridiculous. It's occasionally dropping, but this is a solid 30, and definitely noticeably more solid than the Retroid Pocket 5. Pretty sure I've already completed this shrine, but just to show it works. There's no glitching that I can see. It seems to be pretty good. So, oh, Jonathan, 안녕하세요. 환영합니다. Welcome. Are you holding your camera in your mouth like the meme? That's probably a better way than what I'm actually doing right now. It might actually work better. Can you show the back of the handheld? Yeah, of course. It's exactly the same as the Retroid Pocket 5. It's a lovely color. It looks like this. My Retroid Pocket 5 has a lot of signs of wear because I've used it tons. And just to one more time bring in the Conker Pocket Fit for a color comparison. And let's zoom out now. How do I do this? Oh, I flipped it. Sorry. Here's a color comparison for you guys. You can see the Conker is pretty orange, very cheese-like, and this is a really yellow. A very nice yellow. Hold the camera with your headband. You know, I do actually have one of those little cameras you can stick on anything, so I could make some very creative streams. But for now, it's just suspended in the air. Looks like candy corn. Design of this is much better than the RP6. Yeah, we have to wait and see what the RP6 is going to look like. At the moment, it seems like it's going to be... Oh, I'm in the water. It seems like it's going to be mostly the same as this. It's going to be pretty similar. Okay, so this game's working pretty well. Let's try the more demanding one. You know the one I'm talking about. Cries of the Monarchy. Let's see if we can give that a go. So on the Retroid Pocket 5, this is, I would say this game's unplayable on the Retroid Pocket 5. I do need to check if anyone on my website's got it working better than me, but for me, I don't think it's really playable. So let's see if it is playable here on the RPG2. Witcher is a great shout as well. Witcher is one that's always tricky to run, so we'll be giving that a go too. RP5 is my favorite ever handheld, but I had to order the 6. It's my favorite as well. It's the one that I kicked off this channel with. It's so dear to my heart now. Last year when I visited my home for the holidays, this really got me through all the long plane journeys. And this is going to be the one I take this year to get me through as well. Okay, so we've had a crash there. Let's try a different driver. The G2 is loaded up, at least into the menu. I'm only at the beginning of the game here. So let's see if it just loads, if there's any issues. So far, this is the new... so on the Retroid Pocket 5, this is Eden 0.0.4 Release Candidate 1, which released a few days ago. This is 0.0.4 Release Candidate 2, because that released either today or yesterday. So they are using a different version. This one might have some bug fixes, and I'm going to do an actual shootout between these soon, and I'll make sure they're on the same version. But for now, you know, I'm just quickly having a little look. So let's try the system driver. Zelda is one of those games that works better with the system driver. We're into the game here. It's the quality. Oh, the performance is not good. But after building the shaders, we're doing okay. Building 600 shaders. Let's just give it a moment. This blocky texture is very common in this game. I get this on my Conker as well. I think it's quite hard to fix. Okay, we might be getting into the game here. On the Retroid Pocket 5, I've not managed to get past the opening room. Steam Deck. Well, I can show a size comparison with the Steam Deck as well if you want. So we have here are the Retroid devices. Here is the Conker, and then here is the Steam Deck. So as you can see, it's a slight different size. We can pretty much probably fit both of these on the Steam Deck easily. So here is a Steam Deck with 2 Retroid Pocket 5 and G2s on it. It's a very different situation. So yeah, a lot of people say just get a Steam Deck, and I do love my Steam Deck, but I think this is, you know, it's in a different realm when it comes to portability. Hello, sir, is my first comment. Well, thank you for your comment. So yeah, I've got 2 huge comparison videos planned for this next couple of weeks. I've got one coming on Friday, one coming on, well, sometime next week. The Retroid Pocket 5, this is just not going to be playable, I think. I can't even get out of the opening room. You probably can't even see that. It's really laggy. I'll make it really bright. It's really laggy. It's glitching and crashing. Oh, we maybe fixed the frame rate now. Let's try. Yeah, look at this. It's really, really trying, but it's not getting there. Let me turn your eyes again. Sorry. Right, so we're going to try and get down to the island on there. But on the Retroid Pocket G2, I mean, this is a bit of a kind of cheating because I loaded in this save. But here, again, we have this problem, right? The glitching squares. That's not unique to this device. My Conker does that too. But the frame rate, again, is in the 20s. When nothing's happening, it's 30. Let's see if we can jump down and see what happens. Let's go. Let's get a little jump, some little jumping action on both. We're at 20 frames per second, 15. Now that we're down, we're at 25. It's not going to be a perfect experience here, but you can see it's clearly better than that. That's going to be probably... Let's have a fight. So as it builds in textures, we are dropping quite a bit to maybe 15 frames per second. But it's mostly at around 26 to 30 when we're not building in the textures. I would say this is actually playing pretty nicely, and when we build in textures, it's actually going to be at least playable, I think. Excuse me. I'm pretty impressed with this, I've got to say. I know some other YouTubers already have their like full review of this out, but I've not watched it. I don't want to spoil it for myself, so I'm really coming into this not really knowing what to expect, because I want to put my honest first impressions out, you know. I don't want to watch other YouTubers' full experience and know all about it and just repeat what they say. I want my own first impressions. The G2 is more powerful than the 865, but is nowhere near close to an 8 Gen 2. I don't think that's true. I think it's very similar to an 8 Gen 2. And we're gonna see, because I have the Odin 2 Portal, which is an 8 Gen 2, and has 8 gigabytes of RAM and 128 gigabytes of storage, exactly the same as this, and I'm going to be shooting them out this Friday. So on Friday, we will find out. Yeah, honestly, this is the RP5 Pro, isn't it? This is the Pro model of the RP5, and when you consider it's the same price, I think that's great. The only problem is the RP6, but we'll get to that later. Ryan, did you get the yellow grip to match? No, so I have a sad story here. I didn't realize there are grips for this. I assumed they're just going to reuse the RP5 grips, and I didn't even think to check. I just really quickly ordered this without even thinking, and I had no idea there was a grip for it, so I'm going to have to buy that later. Oh, we're getting lots of Korean comments coming in. Gamegi Gwiwa from Korean Fan, thank you, and thank you for your donation earlier. 한국에 주문하고 Oh, it's a long Korean comment. By Ali, do you in AliExpress?
Which is
I would say
cheaper or
I would say you should order directly from Retroid, because you can always be safe with them. You can always trust ordering direct. But I order lots of things from AliExpress, and they do have an AliExpress store. But I would just order directly from Retroid, and with my affiliate link that's in the description of this video. The G2 Gen 2 is about 10% weaker. Oh, I'm suddenly remembering when I streamed last time, I had this way of showing your comments on the screen. I think I've completely lost how to do that, but that would be great if I could do that right now.
yeah.
Let's see if I can. Let's see if I can do that. I don't know if any of you guys remember that, but when I streamed a long time ago, I had this way of popping your comments up on the screen, so you guys can all see what I'm talking about. I'm just going to quickly check if I can do it or not, and if I can't, then let's just carry on. So let me see here. Yes, the RP6 is going to have the 8 Gen 2, and this is the G2 Gen 2, which should be quite similar. Oh, we've now made it to the ground on here. Let me quickly save this before it crashes. I do find playing this game on the Retroid Pocket 5 is a case of saving all the time. Let me see if I can show your comments on the screen. Oh, it doesn't seem to be working. That's a shame. Okay, I think I'm going to have to start streaming more often so I can figure out how to do it. I really want to show your comments on the screen, but it's not working. Okay, anyway, let me just carry on. So, drivers for Zelda. The driver at the moment I'm using is, maybe some of you guys can remind me, I think I'm using 9v2 for this. And for this one, I'm using the latest turnip driver, 26.0.2. Okay, so we've made it down to the ground now. This is very slow. I would not say this is playable. It's around 14 frames per second. Well, it is technically playable. On my website system of perfect, great, playable, unplayable, this is playable. But it's definitely not great. So you can see here, even just running around, looking around. Oh, leave me alone. I don't have any weapons. Would you like an apple? Please take an apple. Let's see if I can even fight this guy at this frame rate. We get... No, that just doesn't work, does it? Whereas here on the other side, let's compare this. It's looking pretty good, isn't it, in comparison? A very different experience in the same shell for the same price. If the Retroid Pocket 6 wasn't a pending thing, this would be a really easy recommendation to a lot of people, but the RP6 really complicates it, so I do need to think about that when I make my upcoming videos. But yeah, I think the biggest selling point for this is as a Christmas present, because the RP6 is not coming before Christmas. And we know what these companies are like. They usually delay their products even longer. So when they say it's coming early January, we could be looking at February. We could be looking at late January. It's definitely not coming for Christmas. So if you want a Christmas present for yourself or for someone else, this is a good recommendation. The Retroid Pocket 6 is not on the table for that. Yeah, and also the Retroid Pocket 6 is not available in this beautiful yellow color. This color is the whole reason I bought it. It's really nice. It's very soft. PS3 emulation is not really very good right now. That's putting it lightly. We can play some light titles, and I will do some PS3 emulation on this for sure, but right now it's not really working very well. So yeah, let's try The Witcher now. Let's go and try The Witcher and see how they're comparing with that one. Once again, I might not have a save file on here. I think I need to transfer my save files over. Does the G2 have grippy texture? It's exactly the same as the Retroid Pocket 5, so it does have this grippy texture down here on these ergonomic bumps, but not anywhere else. It's pretty nice. It's quite nice, but the bumps, they're kind of small. Maybe another graphic driver or other Eden version or dock mode will help. Yes, there's definitely ways we can get it working for sure. Another thing I'll need to do is test the audio, but I don't know if you guys saw, Aiden Walls completely ripped off my audio test. I always test Sonic on these devices, and he just completely copied it. Can't believe that guy. Another thing, is a good tip for everyone. Always a good tip for Retroid users. You will see oh, it's very hard to show you this, but there is a line on the screen. There is a little faint white line down the screen for this quick settings, and you can toggle that off by scrolling down from the top, coming along to floating icon, and you need to tap the little arrow, and then you have the transparency option. So set it to 0%. Now that line is gone, but you can still access it. Good old tip. This doesn't seem to be working very well. Yeah, he's definitely borrowing from me. This is not running particularly well right now. One thing I'm going to do just before we carry on is I'm going to get my save files from here and transfer them over here so we can get into the exact same part of the game. I don't know why this is loading so slowly. It's taking about a minute to get into the game. Doesn't look great. The G2 is an interesting gift for Christmas. I completely agree with that. I mean, if you give this as a gift to someone young, who likes this color, who likes the Switch Lite's color, I mean, they're not going to care there's an upcoming Retroid Pocket 6. They're not even going to know about it. So if you do give this as a gift, I think it's a great gift option. And I am going to make a kind of gifting video soon. That's something I want to make, slash completely steal from Retro Dodo. After Aiden Wall stole my sound test, I've now begun my stealing arc. Okay, this game just is not working, is it? So I'm going to have to try a different driver on that one. And just before I do that, what I'm going to do quickly is I'm going to send over my save files. So in order to do that, I need to download Local Send. If anyone's not using Local Send, I highly recommend it. Local Send, it's available on the Play Store, but I haven't set the Play Store up on this yet. It's basically a way to just send things across devices, and it works on everything. It works on handhelds, it works on computers, Macs, it works on Android TVs, it works on absolutely everything. So I'm going to get this downloaded. And we just open it on both. And I'm going to send my save files over. It just gives you a random name, Bright Lemon. Oh, what a perfect name. How did it know? It gives a random adjective and a random food or thing. Bright Lemon. How did it know? It's watching us. So I'm going to just quickly send over my save file. So let's come to my SD card, save file, RP5, and it's just going to send it over. What launcher does everyone use? That's a good question. I wish I could show that on the screen. I actually don't use a launcher. I use Smart Launcher, which is just like an Android launcher like this. And if I want to use an actual front end, I use probably Beacon. Beacon's super quick and easy to use. RP6 versus Odin 2 Portal, they're exactly the same. The only different thing is how big of a screen do you want. Okay, so I just sent the file over, so I'm now going to get that into Eden. If I can find where I saved it. I think I need to send it again. I don't know where it went. Okay, let's see. Retro Pocket 5. Down. Let's just save it to the SD card. Why not? SD card. Download. Cannot use this folder. Okay. Okay, let me just send my save one more time. It didn't work. And then we'll get The Witcher working on these. So let's again send that. Now we'll go into Eden on the Retroid Pocket 5. We'll choose Manage Eden Data. We're going to import saves. I put it into this folder. Here we go. And now we should have these same save files. So we should be in the same place on both devices. So let's see how The Witcher runs on both. It didn't seem to work on here, did it? So let's try a different driver. See, again, Eden's reverted back to the system driver. It's doing that for me since yesterday. Has anyone else experienced this? Since yesterday, Eden keeps going back to the system driver. It never used to do that. So let's just check we're using our proper turnip driver. And for anyone who is getting an elite device, this is why it's important to have turnip drivers, because I couldn't even get into the game without one. Okay, and on here we're going to again use that T19 Mr. Purple driver, and let's just compare them. They should have the same save files now. Really considering getting an Odin 3. Yeah, the Odin 3 looks really good. It's not going to be good for Switch at the moment, but it'll be good for everything else pretty much. There's no turnip driver support, so you just saw, like in this device, right? I couldn't even get into the game. It was like 1 frame a minute. But now I've enabled the turnip driver, it's probably going to load fine. I mean, it might not, but let's see. Oh, hi, Monto. I love your videos, by the way. Your videos are so high quality. Yellow looks so good. I ordered the same color. It looks great, doesn't it? Everyone seems to have the turquoise one. All over YouTube, turquoise everywhere. I think this is great. Right, so let's see if we can load the game now or if it's the same with the turnip driver. I got the Conker Elite. Well, I love my Conker. The Conker is my favorite handheld. This is it's the most powerful one, which helps, and so comfortable. So I'm sure you'll like it. Actually, I'm not sure I can say it's my favorite, actually, but it's definitely up there. And this time now, we load it straight in. So that's the power of turnip drivers right there. So let's now compare them in the same place. It's quite dark, but hopefully you can see. Let's maybe turn the brightness up. Good thing is the screen is the same, so I'll just match the brightness level on both. There we go, beautiful. So we're riding our horse. This one looks higher qualities. I'm curious if this is in docked mode. No, it's not. I'm curious why the quality looks better. Maybe my eyes are playing tricks on me. So let's just try to run and see what the frame rate is. Oh, it's not good. I actually can't see. What's the frame rate? It's about 14 frames per second. I can't even really control it very well. 14 frames per second, roughly. So not the best experience. Let's now ride into the sunset on this one. Let's see if we can get more than 14. Oh, also not great. But it says that it's 30. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to unlock the frame rate on both of them. I mean, there's no real point on this, but if you unlock the frame rate, you can get above 30. So what I'm going to do is turn off limit speed. So we might run in fast motion, but let's just kind of see what overhead we have. So here on the Retroid Pocket 5, that's not really going to do anything. We're still at 14 frames per second. Oh, falling down to 9 frames per second there. But the average is around 14. Is it compiling shaders? It is compiling shaders, yeah. It's building around 12 shaders, which shouldn't affect it too badly. They're both going to be compiling shaders the same, because it's the same save file, and yeah, I think it's the same. So it's about 14 frames per second there. Then here, with the speed unlimited, we are getting 31 frames per second, falling down to 20. Again, as it's compiling shaders again, so it is falling down, but it's a lot closer to 30 this time. Getting big slowdowns here once again. So maybe we'll compare both of them in a second when the shaders are compiled. Annyeonghaseyo, another Korean person. Hello. But definitely just looking at the frame counter up here. Here we're getting frames in the 30s and around 30 quite often. Here it's a pretty solid 14. So it's about double the performance of the Retroid Pocket 5. Hello from Finland. Oh, hello. Beautiful area. I'm so regretful that I did not get a Thor. I'm actually considering what I might do, guys. What do you think about this idea? I might use my 3D printer to try to make some kind of dual screen with these two so I can have the Retroid Pocket 5 at the bottom and the G2 at the top, and they'll somehow close like this. I'll make some awful hinge system and I'll build my own little dual screen. How about that? Sounds like a terrible idea, but one worth doing. I've paid for the Conker Fit G3. That's the exact one that I have, and I adore it. It's so good. The problem is, I want to show you guys this versus these, but I've run out of SD cards, so I can't do that right now. But I could do that another time. So, right, yeah, no Thor. I didn't get a Thor. I cancelled my Thor order. Let's see how these are doing now. Maybe they've loaded a few more shaders in. Let's just run it around. I think running around on the horse is a good test because it's nice and quick. So, yeah, about 16 frames per second, maybe 17. Let's, how do you get off the horse again? This one. Let's see if we can have a little, some fisticuffs. Oh, it's very hard to control with the amount of lag. Let's just threaten the guards a bit. Come on. Okay, they don't seem to want to fight me. Let's just see how the frame rate is on here. So we had about 14 to 17 there, and here, yeah, it's about 26 to 30 for the most part. This is definitely playable. When it's compiling shaders, it's slowing down, of course, but when it's not compiling shaders, this is quite smooth. I'm sure we can get some pretty... And with the frame rate unlocked and the speed unlocked, we're getting even about 37 frames per second now. This is definitely running much, much better. Oh, 안녕하세요. 환영합니다. Can you hook up a Peerprit 14 terabyte? I didn't actually test that. I should have tested that from my recent video. You probably can. But if you can't, you can use the other methods I showed you. I almost got the Conker, but the G2 looks so much cleaner and more compact. Yeah, if you compare the sizes here of the Conker and the G2, of course, the G2 is quite a bit more compact. But I would say the Conker is still small enough to take around with you. It's definitely much better than, once again, the Steam Deck, which this is just too big. In my opinion, this is just monstrous. It's great for sitting on the sofa or lying in bed, but I don't take this out with me. It's too big. If we compare that to the Conker I think is a nice size. And then if we compare that to the G2, it's even smaller. I would say both of these are good for taking out with you. Something like this or a Windows handheld, they're just a bit big. My initial impression so far is I'm actually really impressed. There's been a lot of debate about how well this compares to an 8 Gen 2, but I have to say it's pretty good. I mean, even The Witcher is one of the most demanding games you can play on the secret console, and I'm getting above 30 frames per second here. Of course, it's dipping quite a bit in big areas when we're building shaders, but I mean, this looks pretty smooth. Sorry, Cal. This looks pretty smooth for the most part, and it's absolutely not smooth on the Retroid Pocket 5. This is, yeah, a big difference here. Hi, chappers. Good morning, or, well, good night where I am. Give me the heebies when you stack the consoles with the glass panels. I'm still stacking a glass panel on like a nice soft grip, though. I'm not putting them glass to glass, but yeah, just, you know, the Retroid Pocket 5, honestly, I've not been using it lately because I've got so many handhelds to review, but you forget how beautiful this screen is. This screen is unreal. It's just so, so nice. And of course, we have the same panel in here as well. I went with the black Retroid Pocket 5 to melt the borders like into the screen, but I don't think it matters. When you have a glass front, you don't get any light leak. I think that's why everyone's going for the glass. Oh, this is auto-rotating. That's weird on a handheld. I think everyone's going for the glass front these days because I think they can just stick the glass to the back of it and then you don't get any light bleed. Let's just stop this rotating. Oh, did you guys notice something? Did you notice? Maybe it's too bright for you to see. That's interesting. You might have noticed earlier I put the SD card in, I restarted this device. Have you noticed? I'm running in standard performance mode. I did not notice that. Let's get that onto high performance and let's get the fan cooking. All of these tests have been on standard performance mode. I do know on the Retroid Pocket 5 the performance modes don't make that big of a difference anyway. But let's just see if we can get even more out of this now. No, honestly it feels the same. It doesn't feel much different. About 38 frames per second, 39. I think we just broke 40 frames per second on The Witcher 3 there. We are now yeah, we did, 41 frames per second. So with high performance mode on now, like I should have done from the beginning, because let's not forget this is in high performance mode. I'll just double check that. Yeah, the Retroid Pocket 5, we're getting around 21 frames per second. And when we ride the horse, it goes down to around 14. Here, we're at about 40 frames per second. So the performance is about double the Retroid Pocket 5 in these intensive games. So this is Switch. But what we're going to do now is to switch over to Game Hub. So let me just get GameHub installed on this. I believe it's in the App Store now, isn't it? I heard that they just suddenly added it to the App Store, but I don't have the App Store set up yet, so I'm going to use GameHub Lite. So let me grab the latest version of GameHub Lite. I still can't believe Witcher 3 came on the Switch. I can't believe that either. I also can't believe that the Switch 2 has things like Cyberpunk and... Oh, the Switch 2 honestly has some impressive games. So, do you guys know if the latest version of GameHub is working again now? GameHub Lite. I heard that it was kind of down recently. I'll grab it now, but let me know if I need to do anything, because I did hear it's down. This is GameHub V4. Do I need to grab V5? GameHub Lite V5. Maybe from the guys at Emmy Ready? Emulation on Android. Where better to download something? I'm going to assume this is right. V4 is broken. Okay, so let's get... I'm going to go for GameHub Lite over the regular GameHub, just because I don't want to sign in. We'll go for the Antutu version, which should force the clocks to run faster. Let's grab that, install it. And I think I already have some Windows games on the SD card here, so I shouldn't need to install anything. Let's see if that's the case. Let's import a PC game from my storage. ROMs, Windows. I think I have some. Maybe not. That's a shame. Here we go. Here's some of my games. So what do we have? We have things like Silks. Okay, what do you guys want to see? You've got a choice of... Cyberpunk's not going to work. That's out of the equation. You've got a choice of Grand Theft Auto 5, Hades, Hades 2, Silksong, Cuphead, Skyrim. I think that's it. I'm now realizing that the chat is quite behind my talking, so maybe I'll just pick something. Let's go for... I hope they have my save file. Let's go for GTA 5 and see if I have my save file or not. So we'll try GTA 5. Yes, Tom, the G2 is the exact same body and shell as the Retroid Pocket 5. It's all exactly the same. It just has a better chip inside. So I'm going to try GTA 5, but I hope that it has my save file. If it makes me start from the beginning, that's going to be really annoying. PS3 emulation will work on this device. We just need to wait for the emulator itself to kind of catch up. You can't play big games like The Last of Us. They're just not working right now. You can play small games. You can play some medium-sized games. But at this point, we're just waiting for the emulator itself to catch up. You have two RP5s, wow. Well, I guess I almost kind of technically have two RP5s as well, don't I? So I'm not going to be able to do a shoot out of this, so let's just put the Retro Pocket 5... let's just let it chill there, actually. We'll let that chill. And we'll see how GTA 5 does. I use SanDisk Extreme SD cards in all of my devices. I love SanDisk Extreme cards. They're a bit expensive, but I really like them. Megabonk. Oh, I could get Megabonk running as well. Let's do that. So after this one, I'll sign into my Steam account and we'll run Megabonk. I didn't want to sign into Steam because I don't want to sit here downloading games. But I think Megabonk's a really small game, isn't it? It won't take long to download. I'm not excited for the Odin 3. I made a video saying I don't really like the idea of the Odin 3 and I won't be getting one. because it has an Elite chip, and my phone also has an Elite chip, and it's kind of just not that great. It's got a lot of potential, though. It could be amazing in the future. But if it becomes amazing, I already have an Elite device. I have my phone, so I don't need to buy the Odin 3. So I'm just going to wait and see how it goes. We're in an extremely long loading screen right now, which makes me think it doesn't have my save file. The joysticks look really nice. Yeah, they do. They do feel very nice. And I'm curious if they're exactly the same. I think they are. Yeah, they seem to... Oh, I think they're the same. They look a bit thicker, but I think they're the same. My eyes are playing tricks. Oh, it's rotated again. Oh, I'm back to the beginning for the millionth time. No. Well, let's just see how the beginning of the game runs then. I should have installed it through Steam, but it's going to take too long to download, so let's just run this version from my SD card. We seem to be holding on at 60 frames per second. Keep an eye on this graph. I know it's very small, but if you can see this graph, try to keep an eye on that line if you can. I'll try to hold it up closer. If you can, try to keep an eye on this green line, which shows how consistent the frame rate is. And that should help you to see if it's dropping frames often or not. But it seems to be holding that 59 frames per second very consistently, at least in the beginning. But I know when we get further into the game, when we start driving cars, things like that, that will drop the frame rate a lot. The beginning is pretty easy to run. Can the joysticks switch? Yeah, you can. You can just take the tops off of these freely. You can easily take off the top. Oh, what am I doing? How about I just smash this guy? Oh, it doesn't let me. I think there's no real point going through the beginning of this game because we know it works really well. We'll just carry on a little bit more. But we know this game is like really easy in the beginning to run. And then when you get into the actual game, it falls off a cliff. I actually haven't tried my Steam version of GTA 5 because I have it on my SD card. There's no point. I think it still maybe has problems with the Rockstar launcher. Okay, let me move this so I can actually see where I'm meant to be going. I've played the beginning of this game about 100 times for these videos, and I still forget what I'm meant to be doing. I think I might have a problem with my memory. Does the add-on screen work with this? Right, so we'll try that in a minute. After this, what I'll do is I'll download Megabonk, and while it's downloading, I'll try a couple of Retroid Pocket 5 accessories with this, and we'll see how that goes. Let's just smack this guy in the head, and we'll see how it goes. GTA 3, that is a great memory from my childhood. I was blown away by the graphics of GTA 3. GTA 2 to GTA 3 is like the biggest improvement in graphics I've ever seen. Okay, let's... how do you switch over again? I thought it was the D-pad. Oh, down. Okay, there you go. So you can see here we're at a really solid frame rate here. This runs really well, it seems like. Well, I'll show you later when I get further into the game in a future video, but it seems to be running really smooth. This device seems really good. So let's get out of this, and I'll sign into Steam. And I'll install Megabonk. So let me do that now. I'll just verify with my phone. Off screen, of course. And I'll answer some more of your questions while it's downloading. I'm also getting sick at the moment, so bear with me. Okay, so I'm in Steam now. Let's have a look for Megabonk. I know people are getting really into Megabonk these days. I've not played it too much. I don't really ever have time to play any games because I'm just always testing so many. I play every game for like 10 minutes at a time. Let's put the RP5 away for now. Here we go. It's downloaded. I'm just going to go into the settings, and I'll show you how I like to set things up these days. I know TechDweeb made a video basically the same as my video as well, so you can follow his ones too. But let's come to the translation parameters, set them to extreme, and then toggle on this first setting. Then we're going to come down to GPU driver, set it to the latest, which is going to be 26.0.0 R2, the same one we used in Switch. If it worked, that would help. And then I'm going to just go through and set everything to the newest. This one, we'll check if that works. These days I like to set everything to the newest, and it seems to work pretty well. So let's see if Megabonk works or not. We'll try DirectX 11 first, and if it doesn't work, we'll try 12. So let's see if we can get into Megabonk and what kind of frame rate we get. I'm assuming it's going to be pretty high, because it's quite an easy game to run. G2 should have 120 Hz. It has the power. I mean, it would be great. But then I think if you put 120 Hz in this, then who's going to buy the RP6? You know, that's one of the selling features, I think. It's really a shame they released them at the same time. Can you compare the G2 and the Conk? I will be doing that. I'm going to be putting a big comparison together soon, comparing all of these handhelds. Right, so let's come into settings, and let's turn off... Let me just focus this. Let me turn off VSync, so we can unlock the frame rate. We also then need to come into the actual Game Hub settings over here, and again unlock the frame rate. So turn off the frame lock, and let's turn on native rendering, which is just a great feature, and let's see how it goes. We'll keep all the settings as they are, which is like kind of in the middle, it seems. We'll start a new game, and let's just see how it goes. SanDisk Extreme is about $130 here. Yeah, $100 in Korea is similar. I'm probably going to buy another one. Oh, we're into the game. So our frame rate is 46 frames per second. Not as high as I expected, actually. Actually, a little bit low. Let's see if I can remember. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. I realize I cannot play any game while also trying to make a video. So the frame rate's around 42 frames per second. Not very good, actually. I think something might be going wrong here. What kind of frame rates are you guys used to getting on your devices? I think I should be getting much better than this. Use microwave. What's the X button in this situation? Is it a PlayStation X or a Nintendo X? Oh, I'm so confused. The fan noise is, I don't really hear it right now, actually. I put it on smart mode. On sport mode, it is a bit loud. So I've set it to smart mode. I cannot play this game while streaming, apparently. Okay, X is the actual X. Okay. Right, I shouldn't be playing this. This is a nightmare. But it seems to run okay. It runs about 40 frames per second. I don't remember what it runs at the Conker, but I know it's a lot more than that. So let me actually just try and compare that quickly. The Conker is quite a bit more powerful, I'd say. In all of my testing so far, I'm getting quite a lot more frames in all of these games. But it seems this might be the broken version of Game Hub, because all of my Steam games have disappeared. Yeah, okay, I don't think I have it right now. TechDweeb says to play Megabonk on DX11 mode. I think I did. Okay, let's try Cuphead. Let me try Cuphead next. I should have checked what battery I started on as well. I'm on 64% battery, but I didn't actually check what it was out of the box. Okay, let's get Cuphead running. That's one that should get higher frame rate, really. Let me just quickly install this. I have it on my hard drive, or my SSD, sorry. Okay, let's try Cuphead. The good thing that I think is good so far is that it has good compatibility, right? Pretty much every single game I've tried today so far on Switch or PC, they've all loaded and they've all played. I've not had any games just not work. The only game that didn't work was The Witcher, and that was because it wasn't using the turnip driver. As soon as I enabled the turnip driver, it worked really nicely. So compatibility so far is great. Let's get into Cuphead and see how this goes. I'm using GameHub Lite for this test because I just wanted to get it set up quickly and not have to sign into all my accounts and things like that. Let me just hide this screen so it's not being reflected. That's better. Yeah, I don't want to sign into any accounts right now on stream, of course. So when I'm off stream, I'll sign into stuff, but I don't want to be signing into profiles on stream. Would you prefer the Conker Pocket Fit or the Retroid Pocket G2? I don't think I can actually answer that until I get one, because I absolutely adore this thing. This thing is so comfortable and so powerful. But I do slightly prefer the size of this, but this is more comfortable. But if the Retroid Pocket G2, the Retroid Pocket 6 can somehow become a little bit more ergonomic, it could be an absolute beauty. So it's going to be really hard to decide. GameHub versus Winlater, I would say GameHub. It's so much more simple to use. Okay, so again, let's just let's disable the frame limit again. Turn on. Oh, native rendering seems to have messed up, so let's turn that off. Native rendering is meant to make your input a lot quicker. It's meant to reduce input delay. So it's a really great thing, but it seems to be screwing up the screen a bit there. So let's turn that off. Let's make sure we have VSync off, which means an unlocked frame rate. And let's just get into the game and see how it goes. GameHub, Cuphead is such a beautiful game. I played a lot of Cuphead when it first released, which must have been a good, 10 years ago? But I now haven't played it for a very long time, and I've forgotten everything. Is the Conker that's for sale on their website right now the one that is good? Yes. The one that I have is the one that I would say is probably the best one to get, or one of the best ones to get, which is the G3 Gen 3. 12 gigabyte, 256 gigabyte. That's what I have, and I think it's just beautiful. I think it's so good. So let's get into Cuphead. We still seem to be stuck at 60 frames per second, but that might be in this kind of cutscene. Cuphead, I assume we're going to get way above 60 frames per second. So let's just go straight into the game. Skip the tutorial. Yeah, VSync locks the game's frame rate at 60 frames per second, which is a good thing. It's good to have it at 60 frames per second. But just when we're testing like this and we want to push it to the extreme, we want to unlock that. So I've turned it off, but it still seems to just be stuck at 60 frames per second. So maybe let's try windowed mode. It might just be this part of the game. Let's try and get into the main part. Because I have got a lot more than 60 on other devices. So I know we can. And it's still stuck at 60. If anybody knows why this is still stuck at 60, please let me know. One issue with GameHub sometimes is you need to actually, even though I've unchecked enable frame limit, you still need to move this up first and then do it. That sometimes is a problem. No, we are stuck at 60. Very interesting. I've turned off the frame limit here in GameHub. Maybe it's turned on somewhere else. Maybe there's somewhere deeper in the settings that it's turned on. But anyway, let's just see if we hold a solid 60. Whoops. Aha, that's the button. Again, if you look at, oh my god, I'm so bad at games. Oh my god. Again, if you look at the line here, you can see it's very smooth. The sad part is one of the reasons I wanted to start a YouTube channel was because I thought I was good at games. And then whenever I try to film or stream myself playing them, I lose my brain. I'm not able to play games and do this at the same time. It's okay. Anyway, it runs at 60 frames per second, but we should be getting a lot more than 60. If we look at the usage here, the CPU is actually at 96% usage. GPU is only 16. RAM's 49. I think we should get more than that. If we can figure out a way to turn off that frame lock. So how about let's just quickly go back to Switch one time, because that does let us unlock the frames quite well. I'm also going to turn this fan down a little bit. It's a bit too much. And let's just, for one last test on this, let's go to Exhale of the Crazy and unlock the frame rate on high performance mode and see what kind of frames we can get. Yeah, definitely my skills are in teaching, so I really like to teach things and share things and make tutorials. Yeah, apparently I can't play and chat at the same time very well. I used to actually be a League of Legends streamer years ago, and I was actually quite good at that. But I'm constantly looking at my camera, trying to make sure the handheld is like at the right angle or the right position. I just can't focus on the game. The important thing is I tell you about the handheld, not that I play well. Can you have a stream where you fully beat a game? I would love to do that. That would be fantastic. So let's make sure we're unlocking the speed. Yep, so the speed limit is turned off, so we can get any frame rate we desire. Docked mode is also off, so we're at 720p. And let's just see what frame rate we're getting as we run around and look around the scenery. We're getting around 38, 39 frames per second, so we shouldn't really have many issues locking on at 40 frames per second here. Here I'm in the beginning of the game, so I unfortunately don't have the glider available to me. But just running around like this, we are at around 40 frames per second. Now we've loaded in the shaders. So getting around 40 frames per second. Let's just turn on docked mode to turn this into 1080p. As this is a 1080p screen, so it'd be nice to play at 1080p. And now at 1080p, we're getting about the same frame rate, 38 frames per second. As I look around, try and make it slow down maybe. 37 frames per second is the lowest. Oh, this looks glorious on here. I think this game suits the device. It looks beautiful. I can compare it to the Conker. Let's just quickly take the SD card out of the Retroid Pocket 5 then and put it into the Conker. The Conker is just an absolute beast. But the screen on this is definitely nicer than the Conker's screen. The screen of the Conker is really where a lot of people kind of put it down. And I don't think it's as bad as people make it out. I think it's actually quite a nice screen. But definitely the screen of this is just gorgeous. So let me just quickly set this up for you guys. Let's come into, we'll go to the same game. I probably have a save file up here as well. I usually do. Where is it? Here it is. Let's use Turnip Driver T22 for this one. Yeah, let's get into the game. I'll try and get into the same place. So here we're getting around 40 frames per second, between about, with 720p it's around 43 frames per second, and 1080p it's around 38 frames per second. Let's load up this one. Here we go, same save file. It's so fast I can't even choose it. Come on. Come on. There we go. Yeah, the screen is the reason everyone doesn't get this, I think. I think if this was an OLED screen, this would be the device everyone was getting. The fact it's not OLED is why a lot of people are not getting it. So let's have a look at our performance mode. I'll just put it on the maximum. See, this is on the maximum, so let's just load back into the daytime. Oh my gosh. Load. Here we go. Let's load the same. Maximum performance. Okay. And we'll just compare the frame rate here as we kind of run around. And let's just make sure they're both on docked mode. So 1080p. So here on the Retroid Pocket G2, as we saw before, we have around 40 frames per second, around 38 frames per second here. Here are the exact same save file with the Conker Pocket Fit. We have about 53 frames per second, jumping between about 51 and 57. So that's the difference. Here you get 38 frames per second, here you get 53 frames per second. So there is quite a noticeable power jump, and you do see the power jump from an 8 Gen 2 as well. I've seen a lot of people online saying that this is basically the same as an 8 Gen 2, but it's quite a bit more powerful than an 8 Gen 2 in my testing. At least with my 8 gigabytes of RAM 8 Gen 2. Maybe if you have more RAM, it might be closer, but at least in my testing, with my 8 gigabyte Portal, this is a 12 gigabyte 8 Gen 2, 8 G3 Gen 3, sorry, is quite a bit more powerful. So yeah, we have a well above 50 frames per second here. Whoops. And about 38 to 40 here. But both running really well. I mean, getting this much frame rate in Breath of the Wild is beautiful. It means you're going to get a locked on 30 quite a lot of the time. So if you would like to use something like this to play Breath of the Wild, this is just going to be great. I'm honestly so impressed with this. And it's kind of a shame about the Retroid Pocket 6 diminishing it, because it's a really nice handheld here. Yeah, the Conker joysticks are actually tiny. So these joysticks are actually from the Mangmi Air X. They're pretty much the same as these. I think, actually, almost identical to these. Yeah, they're all interchangeable. You can take any of these joysticks off of anything, put them on anything else. That fan is getting very loud now. Listen to this. Why does LCD look good still? This is a nice screen. This is a really nice screen. People are really like, people are not buying this device because of the screen, but the screen is a nice screen. Let's just turn this fan. If I could turn this fan down to quiet mode, that would be nice. Okay, let's just close that because it's too loud. Okay, so let's just do a couple more things. Let's just try some Retroid Pocket 5. Quiet. Let's just try some Retroid Pocket 5 accessories and see if they work. And I haven't had a chance to try this myself yet, so let's try those accessories and see if we can get them working. I'll have to move everything for this. Oh, okay. So I'll just go grab them. Oh my gosh. Okay, on that one. Okay, that'll do for now. Okay, for now, let's just try two. Okay, so for now, let's try two accessories. First, we have the grip, the official grip case for the Retroid Pocket 5. So I made a video about this, how I think it's pretty necessary if you're going to use the analog stick a lot, because it makes it much more comfortable. So here is the official grip case for the Retroid Pocket 5. Let's try that. And there's no reason why it wouldn't work. These are the exact same shell, but let's just try it on the G2 version. And yeah, fits perfectly. So as you can see there, it's a lovely, perfect fit. It's also quite a nice color combination. I know somebody in the chat earlier said it would be nice if we swapped the black buttons into this. I think this would be a really nice Bumblebee kind of device. If you put all the black sticks and buttons and triggers on it and used it with the black grip, that would be pretty nice. So yeah, that's the grip fits fine. Now the interesting part to me is going to be the dual screen attachment, the secondary screen for playing DS and 3DS games. Let's see if it works straight out of the box with the G2. I'm going to assume Retroid will have made this working. It would be quite silly if it didn't work, but you never know. So let's put it together and find out if I can remember how. So we're going to line this up in here. We're going to pull this open. Okay, it fits pretty well. It seems to not really cover the buttons too badly, but it definitely does a little bit. Let's put in the cable. And let's see, we're going to, first of all, clean up this horrible looking cable. There we go, that's better. So it should be able to close. Yep, let's just wiggle it over. Something like that. Okay, so that looks pretty nice. Here is the dual screen attachment. Let's just see if it works. I hope it does. So let's unlock the device and, oh, hello. So in this situation, what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to come to the handheld settings and we're going to need to change the output option. So handheld settings, connect TV, And here where it says select the output method, we're going to change that from TV to RDS, Retroid Dual Screen. Then when we plug it in, it should be rotated. At least if my Retroid knowledge is correct, which it probably is. Now when we connect it, it should be fine. Yes, and yep, the touchscreen's working. Let's turn that brightness down. Oh, interestingly, the brightness doesn't do anything. So how do I turn the brightness of this screen down? That's not good. One thing I will do is turn my screen back on, but I cannot control the brightness of that second screen. Does anybody know how to do that? Someone said you have to go to the device setting and change it. Okay, so I'm here in the device settings. Do I have to use this to change the brightness of that? Because that's a little bit silly. I mean, this must be blinding you right now. Let's, So what do we have? Let's just go through. This is a good chance to go through the settings, actually. So we have power settings. We can choose how many processes are allowed on in the background at once. And we can also clean process when standby. So I guess that will turn off background apps. I'm blinded. Yeah, maybe I should save you guys' eyes like this. There you go. We can connect TV. No auto sleep. This is all the stuff we're used to seeing on Retroid. Stuff like turning off this screen when you dock it. But I need that on to see both of the screens. We have the output method, either the dual screen or a TV, which just rotates the output. Ah, you're right. There is actually... You're right. There is actually... there are buttons on the dual screen, which I forget about that. It actually has buttons on it. So maybe that's going to... Aha! Okay, so it has physical hardware buttons. I'm not sure if that's focusing or not, but there are physical hardware buttons here. That's what it is. Okay, so... Oh, it's a bit old technology, isn't it? Compared to how glamorous this is. You just have to press a little button like that. Anyway, it works. It works. So we don't need to whine about it. Oh, this is not a hanky. This is specifically my handheld screen cleaner. I just use this to keep the screen nice and clean. They will release an update for that. I hope they do, because that's not very, it's not good, is it? Let's see what else we have. No. Hello? My camera battery died. So this battery, as always, is to the rescue in all of my videos. So if you can hear me, I should be back now. I didn't see the battery level. Whoops. Yeah, my camera ran out of battery. So, yeah, let's just quickly go through the rest of these menu items. So we have vibrator strength, test. I might need to go away for a while again. Okay, that's pretty strong. We have notify me when a USB is connected. No thank you. Show network speed in the top menu. 0, great. Input. So these are all your... now this is interesting because the upcoming Retroid Pocket 6 is going to have back keys, like back buttons on the back. It says back key mapping. I guess that means the Android back button, like this one. But it makes me think of actual back buttons, which are not present. We have controller style, input control, all the stuff we're used to. This is all the usual stuff. Virtual mouse. Let's give that a go. Hold down 2 keys to be the shortcut keys. Okay, let's say it's going to be L2 and R1. Let's try the virtual mouse. And, okay, I don't know how to, oh, here we go. Oh, hello. So we have a little mouse here. I don't know when we would ever use this, but we do have a little mouse. Useless. We also have our Google services. So if you're someone who doesn't like Google services, you can just turn them off here. Nice and easy. And advanced, we have play boot music. Yes, please. You can start the setup wizard again to start from the beginning. Enter factory test. I'm kind of worried to even do that. Factory settings. Run a root script. That can be useful, but I would advise against this because I kind of broke my Conker doing that, which is not a euphemism. I mean my Conker Pocket Fit. And I've seen Retroid talk about this in their Discord. Is it force start Linux? I have no idea what that means. If anyone knows what that means, I don't think I actually care, but I would be interested to know. So anyway, we have the usual kind of settings here. Nothing really too interesting. Let's see if I have any DS or 3DS games to test. I don't think I have the Azaha emulator, so I'm probably not going to be able to. Which one is the DS one? Is it Citra? I think Citra does 3DS, doesn't it? I always use Azaha for 3DS, but I don't have it installed right now. I just want to quickly do a little test to see if it works. But I will be making a video tomorrow where I'll go like a lot more in depth with this stuff. Yes, I'm running that root script immediately. Not the one that breaks it, I hope. Azaha Plus. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to cover 3DS tomorrow when I actually get everything set up properly. I think it's too much for now. Let's just see if anything works. Let's try Mario Kart. Excellent. Okay, nothing seems to really be working. Oh, here we go. I think, I'm not sure if Citra supports dual screen like this, is it? Do you guys know if I can do dual screen with the Citra that comes with this? I think I probably can't. Screencast. I'm probably just wasting my time here, so I'll probably just show this tomorrow when I put a real video together. I think now, if you guys have any more questions, let me know. But I'm probably going to stop the stream soon. It's getting really late where I am. It's if you can see up there, it's 11:30 p.m. I need to go to work early tomorrow. So that was my first look at the Retroid Pocket G2. I have to say I'm really impressed with it, to be honest. I mean, if we just forget the Retroid Pocket 6 for a moment, we forget that that's coming soon, and we just think about buying something for the holidays, I think this is lovely. The color is beautiful. It's so like soft and pastel looking. It's absolutely gorgeous. And the performance is great. It's running anything. It's running Breath of the Wild, even The Witcher, even Tears of the Kingdom had some kind of glitching, but it was running okay. It was running in the mid-20s. I think Widevine. So, do you guys know how I can test Widevine without installing Netflix? The shipping took probably around, I'd say 10 days maybe. I ordered it the day it went live. So maybe a bit more than 10 days. But I'm pretty sure this is the first one on YouTube. I've not seen anyone on YouTube with this yellow model. So maybe if you order now, you'll most likely get it a lot faster. So I will make a video about this tomorrow. I will turn this into a video tomorrow where I'll go over all my first impressions. I'll get signed into all of my apps. And just quickly, before I do go, guys, let me know, what would you like to see in the video tomorrow? What would you like to see me test for this tomorrow? Yeah, this is the RP5 Pro. So if you were already thinking about an RP5, get this instead. It's the same price as the RP5, I think. They did lower the price of the RP5 recently, but for the past like 11 months, the RP5 has been this price. So it's basically a great time to get one. Native Android, okay, it's a good choice. PS2, PC, Digimon DS, that's quite specific. Game streaming, Game Hub. Yeah, okay, so my idea for tomorrow's video is I'll do my favorite things, which are Switch, Game Hub, GeForce Now. I'll try some 3DS with the dual screen. And yeah, some native Android games. I think that's probably enough for tomorrow's video. If I have time, I might try some Vita, because I could never get Vita working on the Retroid Pocket 5. And yeah, maybe something like PS2 or something. We'll see. I'll try to get like most of the heavy hitters done tomorrow. I will be making a full review of this later. Of course, some of the other big YouTubers already have a full review before I even got my unit, but I'll be making my own one soon. Pojav is amazing. I love Pojav. I think this actually comes with Pojav. It does. It comes with Pojav. All retro devices do. I'm losing my voice now, so... Okay, I'll just call myself Ryan. Maybe we'll just quickly see what kind of frame rate we get in Minecraft. The Vita got a game-changing custom driver. Is that true? I've always struggled with Vita on the Retroid Pocket 5. I gave up completely. But the Conker absolutely breezes through Vita. It can play all of it. So I'm curious how well this will do. So let's jump quickly into... Oh, I need to set this up. A, B, X, Y. Let's just quickly jump into a little bit of... Oh, what did I do there? I just want to see the kind of generic frame rate of Minecraft on this. This is Pojav Launcher that comes with the device. There is the new version now called Amethyst, which you could try. And there are other ways of downloading Minecraft as well. But just with the one built in, if I just put these settings up to like really high, let's put fancy graphics, let's put chunks all the way up to 16, and then turn on the debugging screen so we can see the FPS up here is 182, and even as I look around, yeah, it's about 160 at least. It's really, really high. If I go and try and look where we're loading the chunks in, oh, it's not the best map for it because it's just an open ocean, but we are getting well over 100 frames per second. It looks like you're going to have no issues getting, 60 frames per second in that. So if you want to play Minecraft, it looks like it's going to be more than fine. So yeah, I think I'm going to end the stream here now because it's getting close to midnight where I am. I need to sleep for tomorrow and rest my voice. Thank you everyone so much for watching the video. If there's anyone who's watching and who is not subscribed already, please obviously subscribe. And I will see you tomorrow where I'll make a first impressions video of this with some of the things we talked about today and some of my own testing that I'll do after work tomorrow. So thank you everybody for watching and have a lovely night or morning wherever you are. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.